In the city that lives and breathes football, pride is once again on the line. Blue versus red, champions versus challengers. It's the Manchester Derby. Manchester City against Manchester United, under the lights at the Etihad. This is Match of the Day. Good evening, and welcome to Match of the Day. It's one of the biggest fixtures in English football, the Manchester Derby. Pep Guardiola's City up against Ruben Amorim's Manchester United, who've made a steady start to the season.
It's huge, Gary. City will want to make a statement, especially after that defeat last week, but United have pace on the break, and they've caused City problems before. If they can stay compact and take their chances, we could be in for a real contest.
Yes, always unpredictable, always dramatic. Two teams, one city, and a lot of pride on the line. Our commentary team are waiting at the Etihad. Let's join them for all the action. It's Manchester City versus Manchester United.
And now we are here finally for this matchup, for the game. The Manchester Derby is here. Man City versus Manchester United is live here for this afternoon. The Sky Blues of Manchester are going at it here against the Red Devils of Man United, and the two teams are now walking through the tunnel in this big rival of the Manchester Derby. It really is a real big game. This is a real big test for both sides, of course, as these two teams obviously Man City have been a little bit poor in their last home game. They lost 2-1 to Spurs a few weeks back, but Man City of course picked up two good away victories, by the way. A big win over Brighton last week, and also a win in the first game of the season away from home to Wolves. However, for Manchester United, they drew 0-0 to Arsenal, a big result against Fulham, 3-1 in that matchup. Then Man United did actually beat Sheffield United by 4-0, and now in this game here, could they be the ones to get the result here over the home team of City? So, the lineup here for Man City, by the way, we do have as goalkeeper Ederson in goal. We all have Gvardiol, Eke, Diaz, and also Nunez with Phil Foden, and also Rodri, and also up front we got Haaland and also Messi. So, still a good game. Still a big good team here for City. But as for Man United, however, we also have Onana in goal, and also De Ligt, Martinez, Euro, Mazziari. We also got Fernandes, Ugarte, and also Bremo, Ronaldo, and also Marcus Rashford. So here we go, and let's get it underway. Kick-off underway, Man City versus Manchester United, and it's live. Now here's Cherki. Now finds a pass there now to Ruben Diaz. And now Nunez, now to Cherki. Now Cherki, now the ball, now to Regenders. Now back to Cherki again. On the attack here for Man City to try and get themselves the first goal of the game here. Crossing the box here, Foden, and he scores already. That didn't take long at all whatsoever for Manchester City, as they're now in front, as they're leading the game by 1-0. That did not take long at all. Man United have been, let's say, letting Man City create space, and they've got themselves their reward. And now what a start to the matchup here for Manchester City and also for Pep Guardiola's team. Ruben Amorim looks very furious, he does, on his team here for this game. They should play a bit better, they should do, realistically, Man United, because they've allowed Man City to go through them within the first 5 minutes in the game. And now the score is a score, City 1, United 0. And now here's Marcus Rashford. Now Ronaldo. Now here's Rashford. Now here's Bremo. And now all the way to Ederson. And now here's Lisandro Martinez. And now here's again to Messi. And now Haaland running through. Might be a goal here. He sweaties it instead to Regenders, and a goal there to make it 2. Man City have got themselves another goal. That did not take long at all right there. And the Dutch midfielder Tijani Regenders scores. Regenders got himself the goal there to make it 2. And look, the Poznan, the fans are doing the Poznan here at the Etihad Stadium. The fans behind the goal doing the Poznan celebration. They know that this is a very good result. They can get a result here over Manchester United. And they're now conceded 2 goals already, Man United. And Ruben Amorim is absolutely frustrated about how the way the team's played so far within the 15 minutes in the game so far. Not great. Not great in terms of how they've played. They allowed Man City to go through them. And now here's Marcus Rashford. Now lost it now back to Turkey now. Here's Erling Haaland. Now here's Martinez. Now Euro. And now here's Martinez now. Looking for options here now for... again, here's Dorgu now to Chancellor. Bruno Fernandes shoots, and it's gone to the keeper's hands for Ederson. Now Haaland now holds the ball now for Man City. Looking for a third goal maybe here. And here's Cherki. Cherki's through. He's 1v1 to the goalkeeper, Onana. Cherki takes it, and he scores. As Cherki makes it 3-0 to Man City within half an hour in the game. Man United, what is going on with them so far? They are falling apart, they are here in this Manchester derby. This should be a very, let's say, competitive matchup. But it looks like Man City are walking over Man United here so far. And what a great run right there from Cherki to hit that ball past the goalkeeper into the back of the net. And that's an absolute brilliant finish right there for Man City. And that is now the goal to make it here 3-0 to City in the match. So 3-0 the goal, by the way, 3-0. And Cherki will obviously be happy about that one, and Pep Guardiola will definitely be happy about this one. 3 goals within half an hour of the matchup, or under half an hour. They've scored 3 goals. Now Ugarte. Now here's Messi. Great now cover there, but lost it now to Phil Foden. And now Cherki now is through on the attack here for City. Now is Dorgu. Now Dorgu now. Hold the ball there nicely from Nunez. Phil Foden. Now Regenders now. Won the ball back for City. And it's now 4. Regenders' second goal for Manchester City has been confirmed. What an amazing goal there from Regenders here. And the number 4 Dutch midfielder beats past the goalkeeper there. And now definitely now it is going to be 4-0 before half time. 4 goals to 0 before half time. I cannot really understand on how the way United have been playing so far. They're not being great, they've been absolutely vulnerable throughout the whole matchup. 4-0 for Man City. And now here's Marcus Rashford. Rashford's really running through. Good defending there. Now here's Erling Haaland. Now we've got at least 40 minutes played so far, and 4 goals already scored here for Man City. And now it looks like a throw-in now for City here. Phil Foden. I lost the control of the ball here now. Here's Rodri. And now here's Regenders now. Regenders, the Dutch midfielder, again might get a hat-trick, but no, he passed the ball to Erling Haaland. Switch pass now to Cherki. Cherki now has a shot and a save there from Onana. Now we've got ourselves a corner now. Phil Foden will take it. Now a corner here for City. Cross into the box. Header bouncing slightly, but now away. And now another corner here for City now. Phil Foden will take it. It could be 5-0, it could be here. And it is 5-0. And Onana, what was he doing? What was he doing there to make a mistake like that in goal? He should have saved that. But it looks like that save went into his own net. And Ruben Diaz makes it 5 within the first half. And Man United have been absolutely being bullied in the first half against their Manchester rivals of Man City. And that's going to be the half-time score, and I cannot believe it. It feels like full time, it feels like now at this rate, because how could Man City score 5 goals past Manchester United? That has been not heard of whatsoever in terms of football, and that is a big result so far, as the half-time score ends City 5, United 0. Let's get straight right now to the coverage here for the second half, and Man City flying high, 5 goals to 0 at the break. And now we're back now for the second half. And now Brimo now's through here now. Abermo. Oh, good defender there from Guardiol. Now all the way now to Regenders. Now here's Ugarte. Okay, lost it now. Here's to Erling Haaland. Now all the way now to Bruno Fernandes. And now, by the way, it's a chance for Ronaldo to go through here. Ronaldo to get a consolation goal, and he does. And Man United got themselves back in the game, sort of. But there you go, 5-1. And despite them being humiliated in the first half in this Manchester derby, they've got, let's say, a little bit of, a bit of balance, of course, or trying to get back in the game, sort of. A bit of pride. That's the word I'm trying to say. And wait a minute, there's a goal for Man City. And what a strike as City scored. And what a right proper angle from İlkay Gundogan to put that ball past Onana, above him, above his head, into the goal. I did not expect that at all. I did not expect that. İlkay Gundogan shot went above the head of Onana into the back of the net. And now it's 6-1 to Man City. They've been absolutely cruising through here over Manchester United here for this game, and I cannot believe this now. 6-1 to Manchester City. And now here's Nathan Ake, good defended from him. And now here's Regenders. And now it's going to be a foul. And a yellow card. Obviously it looks like no booking whatsoever. But Dalot will come on the pitch, by the way. Dalot will come on the field. And also Cherki will come off the field as well. Substitution has been made for Man City. And now here's Bruno Fernandes. Now Euro. Dalot. Back heel now to Mazziari. Cross into the box here. And all the way there into the box. But no one there on that. Rashford was a bit further away from the ball. So that'll be a goal kick here for Man City. Now Kanji will take, let's say, the substitution as he comes on the field. And a substitution there between the two players for Man City. Nunez will come off and Akanji comes on. And Nunez, of course, did well there to play a very good part in the City team today. And now here's Rodri now for City. Now İlkay Gundogan. Now Regenders right into the hands of Onana, the goalkeeper. Now Ronaldo. And now here's Guardiol now, the ball here for City. Now Guardiol now to Rodri. Rodri now the ball. Now here's Gundogan. Now Erling Haaland. And now is, oh, good defender there from Martinez. I've got to say, Man United, of course, are hopeless now. They've got nowhere now for them to try and get anything from this game. There's a chance here for a goal for United to try and get back in the game. Shot, rebound, all could have been. And Bruno Fernandes had a chance to try and score to make it 6-2. But that'll be definitely now out for a goal kick in the matchup for Manchester City. So here's Ederson will take it. Now all the way down to Haaland. And now there's a couple, let's say, minutes to go left for the game. Now here's Martinez. Now Slavio. Now all the way to Haaland. Messi. Back to Haaland again. 1-2. And now Haaland lobs another. And he scores another goal. 7-1 to Manchester City. They've been absolutely class. They've been class throughout the whole game. How could this happen in the Manchester derby? to see Man City score 7 past United, and Nana's been absolutely dreadful in this game. He has been absolutely destroyed in this matchup here, and it's not surprising at all for Man United to actually concede all those goals. In terms of how Man City played in possession and dominance and going towards Onana, did not surprise at all from that goal there. It was likely to happen, very inevitable for him to go past Onana like that. And he's been a very shocking goalkeeper for the Man United team here for this evening. Now, here's a Bremo now, pushing through here, maybe a consolation goal. Ronaldo again, and Ronaldo scores another goal. And that's a consolation goal, that is, in the 90th minute of the matchup. And the 90 minutes have been played, and that's a consolation goal for Manchester United. And the whistle blow any minute now for full time, and it's all over, all official, all confirmed. And Manchester United have actually been destroyed by Manchester City. Pep Guardiola is absolutely delighted to see how his team performed against Man United here at home. Who could imagine Man City to score 7 goals past Man United? Man United were absolutely shocking in this game, and they did not play at all really by the heart in this matchup. They've really been destroyed, and let's say they've been really been let themselves down, of course, here. And Ruben Amorim might feel a little bit very disappointed, of course, how United have played in this matchup. But the full-time score, ladies and gentlemen, here at the Etihad Stadium: Man City 7, Man United 2.
Well, what a remarkable night at the Etihad. Manchester City 7, Manchester United 2. A derby that turned into a statement of intent from Pep Guardiola's men. Alan, that was incredible. We've seen City dominate before, but this?
Yeah, that was something else, Gary. Absolute demolition. The movement, the passing, the finishing. It was all top class. Foden and Haaland were unplayable at times, and once City got going, United just couldn't cope. It's one of those nights where you sit back and think, wow, that's football at its ruthless best.
City were sensational, no doubt, but for United, plenty of questions to answer. Defensively all over the place, and they'll have to regroup quickly. So, City climb up the table in style, and that wraps up a quite extraordinary Manchester derby. But there was plenty more Premier League drama this weekend. Let's take a look at the rest of the Matchday 4 action.
And Palace got themselves a nice chance to score the first opening game goal, and a goal there looks like from Mateta to slot that past the keeper of Kasper Schmeichel, as Jean-Philippe Mateta makes it 1-0 for the Crystal Palace in the game. Great run, and also a great finish, I've got to say, there from CPFC, as the Palace have scored, and now it's 1-0. And then, however, Palace got themselves another goal to make it 2-0 as Ismail Sarr scores, and it hit the post, both posts in fact, and then Schmeichel accidentally put the ball into his own net. And now Palace, at the second half, however, straight in the second half, they've got themselves in front again to extend it to make it 2-0 rather than 1-0. A shot right there from Sarr hit the post, it went to the other post, and it went or impacted the hand of Schmeichel into his own net to make Palace now extend the lead by 2-0. I've got to say there, worst goalkeeping right there whatsoever there for Schmeichel. And then Patterson Daka has a chance to shoot, and he puts that ball into the back of the net. And now Leicester City have got a goal back in the matchup. And I've got to say, Leicester City have been very, let's say, good they've been in terms of a goal to return themselves back into it. As a great run there from Patterson Daka, and now it's 2-1 to the Palace in the match. But however, at the matchup here ended here at full time, as Palace guaranteed a big 3 points, of course, against Leicester City. Big 3 points for Palace against Leicester City, as Mateta has been absolutely brilliant in terms of his football, of course, as the full-time whistle really blew in the matchup here, as it ended as Palace 2, Leicester 1, as the full-time score in the matchup at Selhurst Park. Newcastle got themselves a real good chance to score here against Wolves, as Isak right there got himself that touch into the back of the net. A great cross there from Jacob Murphy, of course, to assist Alexander Isak, as now Newcastle have put themselves in the lead here at the stadium of St James's Park here over Wolves. And I've got to say there, great cross, I've got to say, unbelievably right there to Jacob Murphy. And then obviously Isak got that last touch and that real last great effort to tap that in. And then Isak right there, hold it nicely, found a pass there to Anthony Gordon, and he strikes it into the back of the net to make sure Newcastle extends the lead. What a goal, and what an amazing finish right there for Anthony Gordon, as Newcastle are now 2 goals up in the match. And now a great run here from Newcastle United, as Bruno Guimaraes strikes it and he hits the post and scores past the keeper, as now Newcastle now extends it to 3. Bruno Guimaraes was absolutely magnificent, he was, of course, in terms of his performance in the game, and I've got to say, absolute perfect finish, unbelievably there for Newcastle to do it nicely in style here, as obviously the goalkeeper Sarr could not even stop obviously Guimaraes from scoring. Obviously he's been poor, he's been absolutely poor, and Newcastle being the better ones, of course, in the game. But however, Wolves got themselves a consolation goal, as Larsson found himself a goal against the keeper of Newcastle, and now it's 3-1, and that's a consolation goal. Unlucky goal, I've got to say, at the end for Wolves, despite them obviously losing the game over Newcastle, and Newcastle's first home victory of the Premier League season. It ends here with a victory over Wolves, 3-1 the score at St James's Park Stadium this afternoon. And now Bournemouth, of course, got themselves a very good start in the matchup to score the first opener. Atani Semenyo, nice run here against the Brighton defenders. And what a hit there in terms of his performance so far, as Semenyo ran with the ball down the wing. He didn't want to pass the ball to anybody, and he got himself the first goal of the matchup to put AFC Bournemouth in the lead against Brighton Hove Albion in the match. What a goal there for Semenyo in the game. And then, however, Brighton carried on fighting as Matt O'Reilly, nice switch pass there to Mintier. And then Michier right there finds a pass there to Danny Welbeck to get themselves level in the game. As now Bournemouth are level against Brighton Hove Albion at the Vitality Stadium. And now it's one apiece in the matchup here against Brighton. And the whistle, of course, blew in the matchup here, as it ended one apiece, by the way, as Andoni Areola and Thomas Herzer both shake hands, as both teams do share a point here at the Vitality Stadium on match day 4. A goal from Danny Welbeck and also a goal by Mesenio for Bournemouth, as both teams go out and leave here with a point in the matchup, as it ends here at full time, as AFC Bournemouth 1, Brighton Hove Albion 1 at the end of the match. And Leeds got themselves their first goal in the matchup, as Dan James, nice little hold up, of course, in that corner flag here, and he found a pass there to Lucas Mechia, as Lucas Mechia beat past the defender of Fulham, and he took it all upon himself and scored against Fulham in the matchup. And what a celebrations, of course, for Lucas Mechia, as now it is 2 goals scored for Leeds United. What amazing goal, and what an amazing strike right there for him as he places that ball into the top corner. And now Lucas Mechia again scored another goal for Leeds United, as he took it all upon himself, and he found options, of course, to try and pass the ball, but in fact he took it all by himself and scored and extended the lead for Leeds United. And he runs, Lucas Mechia, to the away fans of Leeds, going absolute ballistic behind the goal, and also the manager and the coaching staff all celebrate with Lucas Mechia's goal, as Leeds United are looking definitely now for their win here away from home down at West London here this afternoon. As Lucas Mechia's 2 goals for Leeds was absolutely enough for Leeds, of course, to really be happy and really be content about this result here, as Leeds United have been absolutely magnificent, of course, in terms of so far this season. They might have lost to Arsenal. They've beaten, of course, Everton in the first game of the season, got a result over Fulham, and also got a result over Newcastle. That placed them 9 points in the Premiership. Great start of the season for Leeds United, as a full-time score here in Craven Cottage, as it ends Fulham 0, Leeds United 2 as the official score at the match-up here for this afternoon. Nice holder back here for West Ham, in the fact. Great pass there to Emma Nilsson, and then Poro holds it there to Kudus, and then Kudus right there for Spurs. Nice little switch pass there to Harry Kane, and then Kane hits it, strikes it into the bottom corner, and now Tottenham Hotspur lead the game by 1-0 against West Ham United at the London Stadium. And then, however, Tottenham carried on continuing against West Ham United, as Paqueta lost it. Now Harry Kane finds a switch pass there to Heung-min Son. Song looking for options here. Pass to Kulusevski, has a chance to shoot, has a shot, and it right in the bottom corner. Tottenham Hotspur have now extended the lead here to make it 2-0 against West Ham United. What an unbelievable goal right there for Kulusevski, as he was absolutely perfect. He was against West Ham's, went through the West Ham players in fact, and made it a lot easy for himself. And now Tottenham Hotspur will be very, very proud about this goal. And now it's 2-0 to Tottenham. And then, however, great ball hold it, obviously there from Udogie for Tottenham, and then obviously there Kulusevski to Harry Kane, and then Kane obviously found options, of course, to switch the ball there to Kulusevski to make sure they score another goal against West Ham. Half an hour in the match, and I've got to say, West Ham United have been absolutely second best in the matchup here, been really poor in terms of defence, and Tottenham really found options where to pass the ball and switch the ball when Kane passed to Kulusevski, as West Ham have been found out quite quickly on against Spurs' attack in the match. But however, things carried on fighting for, of course, for Tottenham, and now Kudus, the Ghanaian midfielder, looking for options in the box, cross it into Harry Kane, diving header, was absolutely a diving goal confirmed for the Spurs, as that is an absolute amazing finish right there for Tottenham. And I've got to say, the Spurs players, of course, will definitely be marching in, as now Tottenham are 4 goals in front against West Ham United here in the game at the London Stadium. And that will also mean as well that Kane and also the Spurs team will be very happy about this, and all the fans as well in the pub in Tottenham also happy about this, because a great win for Thomas Frank Spurs, and Tottenham are definitely running right in the Premier League. 4 wins out of 4 and 4 goals out of 0 in this matchup between the West Ham and also the Spurs in this matchup, and Harry Kane deserves applaudits, as the score here at the end of the matchup ends as West Ham 0, Spurs 4 at full time. Bad start for Arsenal in the matchup at the Emirates Stadium this afternoon, as Ndoye right here tried to actually score, but he went all the way there to Anania. Olu Anania for Forest scored, and that shot may be crap, but it landed into the feet of Anania for Forest. And what a start to the game for Nottingham Forest, the newly promoted side from the Championship last season, to get themselves that opening goal to put Forest in the lead past Arsenal in the matchup at the Emirates Stadium here for this afternoon. But however, things didn't work out for Forest though, despite them leading the game, because half an hour in the matchup, Gyökeres makes it 1-1 in the matchup and scored against the Forest keeper Sales, and now Arsenal are now back in the game here over Notts Forest. And then however there, Gyökeres there holding nice and tight, found a pass there to Odegaard, and then Odegaard there switched pass to him and shot past the keeper Sales. And now Arsenal now lead the game, extended lead now by 2 goals to 1. And now the Arsenal fans are so excited and delighted that they got themselves in the lead for the first time. And also the official full-time whistle blew at the end of the matchup here at the game, as Arsenal do get themselves very happily as the winners in that match, as the full-time score ends as Arsenal 2, Forest 1 at the end of the match. West London derby matchup is underway. Chelsea versus Brentford. It really started off here as Chelsea did very well to get themselves that first opener. Great assist there from obviously Cole Palmer there to João Pedro. He had it all upon himself, 1v1 to the goalkeeper, and he tapped that ball into the bottom corner, and now it is a goal there to make it Chelsea lead the game, of course, by 1 goal to 0. And also the Chelsea fans, of course, be very happy about this one. The only goal in the matchup for Chelsea from that man right there, João Pedro, to win them the matchup and gift them the massive major 3 points. As Enzo Maresca's side have been absolutely fantastic so far. 4 wins out of 4 in the first 4 Premier League matches so far of the season, as a big race between Tottenham and Chelsea in the top 2. But as of this game here, they really hold on nicely over Brentford, and an absolutely magnificent one over them, as a full-time score here at the end of the matchup ends at West London as Brentford 0, Chelsea 1 at full-time. A perfect run here for Liverpool in the matchup to get themselves that goal against Sheffield United. As Sabitzer, nice pass there to Nunez. Then Nunez struck that ball into the back of the net, however, against the goalkeeper of Sheffield United, as now Darwin Nunez makes it 1-0 for Liverpool so far in the match. Nice little perfect run here from Bradley. Knocked to the ball there for Darwin Nunez. Nunez right there, ran the ball hot, nicely and tidy, and shoots right there in the bottom corner. And now the Reds of Liverpool, or not the Reds, the Greens, they're wearing the away stripe they're wearing this evening. But they got themselves another extended goal to make it 2-0 in the game over Sheffield United. Perfect run, perfect display, and a perfect finish. And now it's 2-0 to Liverpool. And then obviously Darwin Núñez, little hold up here from him. Pass there to Sabitzer. Sabitzer, really nice little run here for Liverpool to get himself that goal. Sweated it instead to McAllister, and he hits it into the back of the net. And that is an absolutely perfect finish and a perfect strike right there for Liverpool. And now it is 3-0 to Liverpool in the matchup here at Bramall Lane Stadium. And the full-time whistle officially blew here at Bramall Lane Stadium as a big result here for Liverpool. Liverpool really deserved the victory here, and also for Arne Slot's team, as a full-time score at Bramall Lane Stadium here for this evening. It ends here, Sheffield United 0, Liverpool 3 at full-time here for the game for tonight.
So that's how match day 4 finishes across the Premier League, and what a weekend it's been. Manchester City, sensational again in that 7-2 win over United. Tottenham keep up the pace, Chelsea right there with them, and Liverpool finding their rhythm too. Down at the other end, Sheffield United still looking for that first point, while Wolves and West Ham have some work to do. At the top, Tottenham lead the way, 4 wins from 4, just ahead of Chelsea on goal difference. City and Arsenal tucked in behind, and Liverpool beginning to build momentum after a slow start. At the bottom, no change for Sheffield United, and plenty of early season pressure already building for Wolves and West Ham. It's tight, it's early, but the story's taking shape. And next week, we're back with another blockbuster. Manchester United against Chelsea, live right here on Super Sunday. We'll have all the build-up, the analysis, and reaction as always. From all of us here, thanks for your company. We'll see you next weekend.